Good morning. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 06.11.2025. Current time is 0604 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside on this Wednesday morning, halfway through the week, hump day, working towards the weekend. And we are here. I have the morning coffee. This would not be a Wednesday morning coffee for 06.11.0 or 2025 at Rumble Broadcasts unless we had the morning coffee. And as you can see, we have something different. We got a different coffee cup. Alas, the other coffee cup, the handle broke. It fell yesterday off of the kitchen counter there and stuff. And oops, okay, I've got a whole bunch more. So I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich with my coffee in hand, and it tastes good. I think though I think there's a lot more. I don't know if this held the same, but this is the Valhalla Java cup from Death Wish. This is a cup I got for Christmas with a few years back and stuff like that. So this is the going coffee cup now. Okay, so Valhalla. Mm, good stuff, coffee. Good stuff for hashtag positive start today, hashtag PSTTD. And like I said, I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble Studios, Rumble, also over on X Live, where we are broadcasting, or over on X, but we are broadcasting on X Live. And we have no viewers of yet. We are on the Facebook Live. Let me check the Facebook Live. Let's see. I already heard the audio. The audio's good. Uh-oh, what happened? We're not on Facebook. Did I must have not hit the toggle. Let's see. Oh, okay, there we are. We're on Facebook. How come that didn't oh, that's interesting. Oh, I'm not on the Fireman Rich page. That's why. Let's see. Okay, there we are. We're on the Fireman Rich page. We got one viewer on Facebook. Okay. I think that was me. I just popped in. Okay, so there's where the counter is. Okay. We have one viewer on Facebook. So thank you very much. Yep. Okay, there's the Facebook right there. Okay, so we do have one viewer. One viewer on Facebook. Good morning. That's where the number. It's right next to the live. It's right over. Oh, how can I do this? It's right over. It'd be right up here, right above the Rumble Studio logo. So we have that. Okay, so we don't have the one viewer anymore. No problem. Let's see. And we're on Kick also. Kick, let's see, we have nobody over there as of yet. So those are three platforms that in the Rumble Studio tab browser, I see them, but their numbers don't come in. But over, let's see, on Rumble, we have two people. Good morning, Rumble. Rumble rocks. And we have one person on locals, nobody on the YouTube, and one person over there on Twitch as far as that goes. So we're getting the morning started. We started early. We started 6:04, not the normal 0610, 6:15, 6:20. And in the case last night, I was broadcasting Lord of the Rings online. It took me like 5 or 6 times. I'm on 7 platforms right now. Okay, for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning coffee, 7 platforms, a network of 7 platforms that we're on. That I said we're on Rumble, Locals, Twitch, YouTube, um, Facebook Live, X Live, and Kick. And we have 7 platforms here. But when I game, I'm only on 3 because this isn't 720p. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think it's at 720p. Let's see. According to the Yeah, 720p, 60 frames per second, which is good. Okay, I look okay. I could look better, but I don't want you to, but the what is it? Let me see on the YouTube. But for gaming, I only go on three platforms. That's Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube. And I use Prism Live. And the reason I do that is Prism Live gives me the capability to go 1080p, which for the game. So last night, okay, we're up on the YouTube there. Okay, um, so the it's a lot clearer, and you can see the game I'm presenting. Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of artwork in there, so I want to bring it the best possible video level I can. 1080p is where it's at. There's no way I'm going to get to 4K. There's that's not going to happen. 1080p is fantastic as far as that. It's very clear, crisp, and this is somewhat crisp, but for 720p and for the most part, it's fine for doing face to face and stuff like that. But for the gaming, you want to get the best for the viewer to see on the game, and so I go with those three platforms. So last night to bring Rumble, I on Prism Live Studios, I can bring in two, which is Twitch and YouTube, and then I can RTMP Rumble. The RTM they got a new way of RTMP. There's actually two ways of RTMP. There's the old way and the new way. Well, what I found out is when I start setting up the Twitch and the YouTube on. Good morning, Tina. Good morning. Good morning, Tina. Our Jersey girl is here. Thank you for being here, Tina. Just talking about my broadcast last night. It took me 6 tries to get my Lord of the Rings game going, but on Rumble, there's two. There's the old way where you got the drop down, go live, and you have to put in the thing stuff. But now they've incorporated RTMP into Rumble Studios now, so I can stay within the Rumble Studio uh, thing, and I like it. It's just getting used to it. But the sequence, you have to have a sequence. So under Prism Live, I put all the information for Twitch, and then YouTube on the next tab is for YouTube. Then RTMP, you can't do that. I have to go to the page for Rumble Studios, put all the information, then copy. I think it was when I copied even though the stream key is in the previous stream key, and the same stream key for Rumble Studios is in the Prism Live Studio, I still have to recopy that for some reason. I guess when I did that, it clicked. So I'm going to stick to that format as far as that goes. I wanted to go to. I was frustrated with the old format didn't go according. So it's a learning process there. Part of this thing we do as far as live streaming, and um, so we were on for a couple hours last night, Lord of the Rings Online, and we had fun with that as far as traveling in the area of Gundabar. We're helping the dwarfs regain some an area there from the orgs and the trolls. I'm talking about Lord of the Ring trolls, and as far as that goes, but that was fun. That was I'm getting back into the gaming. That's the second time this week, so we'll probably do maybe not another one tonight, but maybe another one maybe tomorrow or Friday. And let's see. I figured out why I'm not getting notified because from you because I get from everyone else. It's because they signed me out of Rumble. They sometimes if you're on there, you have to you got to make sure you're signed in. Yeah, if you want to get that's a good thing. You have to get signed. You have to be signed in to get the notifications. They do that. I think if you signed in so long though, because I get signed out of Rumble. I get signed out of Rumble Studios. Once you signed in, they'll. I think there might be a time limit, Tina. So that's good. That yeah, you got to make sure you're signed in because you're always on Twitch because there's other people you watch on Twitch as far as that goes. So you're always on Twitch, where Rumble, if they do an update or something like that, that's going to kick you out until you sign back in because you have to sign back in to get that update and stuff like that. So, but that makes sense. That does make sense as far as that goes. I know that was bugging you as far as that goes because I was getting alerts. I had no problem getting alerts from Rumble. I'm constantly on Rumble. I love Rumble, especially Rumble Studios. I know there's people that use it. What's that bug you? What are you doing? What is that program called? There's StreamYards. There's Emux. I used to use Emux. Um, what the heck was that? What's the one that everybody uses? Restream. Restream. Okay. I don't use it anymore. So I'm happy with Rumble Studios. So Rumble Studios, my hat's off to you. They do a great job. I have no complaints with Rumble. As far as that goes, and Rumble is as equal for me at least. It's as equal to YouTube and Twitch, and sometimes it could be a little quirky, like with with Tina's issue she had that she got signed off, and you don't realize that because you think, oh, I sign in, I don't have to sign in again. But I do like Rumble. Rumble is it's my mainstay, and just the fact that I'm able to do Rumble Studios and broadcast out to other broadcasts, that says a lot about Rumble and as far as that goes. So they're my mainstay, just like X is my mainstay. Even though some people have some beefs about the platform with the owner and all that stuff, I look past that. Those people that just okay, you want to be a stick in the mud, go ahead. Carry those grudges. I'm on Facebook. I don't really care for Mr. Zuckerberg, but I still use Facebook, and it's okay. Back in the day, I didn't like it, but that was more of a personal thing. But I look at what I do have a lot of friends and family that are on Facebook, so I'll put that meaningless feeling that I have towards Mr. Zuckerberg, who I never met, so I can't really be too harsh on him. There's some people that are really harsh on people, but they never met them personally, I guess. And these days, with the people that are highlighted in the news and stuff, it's like, oh, we hate them, and they're this, there's that, and you never meet them, but you look at what they've done. They've done probably more good than I know that I'll ever do in my lifetime. As far okay, granted they do a couple quirky things and stuff like that, but overall good if somebody should outweigh the little insignificant things. I'm not talking if you totally screw up, you take blame for that and stuff like that. But anyway, I do like Rumble. We'll get back to the Rumble. I don't know if you were right in here, Tina. I got a new coffee cup now. The last coffee cup, I won't say who dropped it. It accidentally dropped in the thing. I had that cup for a number of years and stuff like that. So let's see. It doesn't bother me either. I just never can remember my yeah, that's the thing. Remember those passwords and stuff like that. You should always write down your password, though. Have a sheet that you have close to your person that has all your passwords and stuff. And I'm not talking about putting them on your phone or something like that, because your phone could go belly up. So, it's always good to use pen and paper, okay? And save and sometimes you lose a paper. It's like, where the hell? It's just like last week I got a phone call from somebody, the guy who was my mentor when I was at the day job. And I worked with him 17 years. I think I worked with him for 15. At least 13 to 15 years I worked with him. And he said, I finally found your phone number on the paper I wrote it on and stuff like that. And I do and lose them. Yeah, we all do, Tina. Yeah. Backing up. Oh no, yeah. And on the coffee cup. Yeah, it's a coffee cup. I put it in perspective. There's a little bit of a sentimental value there, but it's all right. This has just as much sentimental value. And this is you can't see it, but I'll put it up there. This is the Valhalla Java cup. That's a brand of Death Wish coffee that I had. It's pretty good coffee too, but that's not that coffee that's in here. But that when the cup came with a special edition when they brought out this brand of Death Wish coffee. As far as and this is a very nice mug, from Death Wish. It's one of their coffee brands and stuff. So, but the coffee cup fell, and it went to coffee cup heaven. I have a whole bunch. You would believe, we would believe how many coffee cups I have. I used to yell, I use Yeti or I break the. Oh, you use the Yeti? I guess yeah, that's indestructible. Yeah, yeah. Well, I love my. I got a good coffee. I got probably about a dozen coffee cups up um, the hutch here in the dining room here and stuff that I think I've taken on one. The one I like most is the Yokota Air Base. It's shaped like a volcano. Mount Fuji. Oh, okay. Let's see. But we are getting our day started. We started early. I woke up at about 5, or was it 5:30? Yeah, about five. No, actually about quarter after 5. I woke up. So I've been up for a little bit here and stuff like that. Let's see. And when I woke up this morning, I didn't have this hoodie on, and I'm thinking, wow, it's cold. We had the windows open overnight, slightly cracked, but and it's a little cool out there. And it looks like we might have a nice day. Today's going to be mow the lawn day today, so I'll be mowing the lawn this morning at a little after 9:30, 10 o'clock there. That's when I like to get started, and that takes me right to lunchtime. But our current temperature right now is 53 degrees Fahrenheit, and inside the house here it's a cozy 67. But those windows, this back window is open, jarred, and it was cold. And I'm like, man, where's my hoodie? So and it's nice and warm. I like it. It's like giving me a morning hug. But 53 degrees Fahrenheit out right now with that converting over to Celsius, 11.6 degrees Celsius as far as that goes. Um, and it looks like we got some fog on the hill. It seems like it's always a foggy day with the rain. Did we have? No, it wasn't too bad of a day yesterday. We had a little bit of rain that I recall. We didn't. I had a dental appointment. That's what I did. That's the thing. That's a big thing. Yesterday, I had a dental appointment. I was able to do my the Tuesday Fireman Rich audio podcast morning coffee, and but I went to the dentist. I got my cleaning, and I'm brushing too hard now. I guess it is. They gotta. They want me to go to a electric toothbrush. Well, electric tooth. It's not. It. I guess because it moves up and down, and you just touch brush. I can do that with the regular brush and stuff like that. But for the most part, my teeth are good. They're as good as could be expected. It's been a lot of work on them over the years and stuff. But I go to a good dentist. The dentist I go to, they've been around for a while, but they got a great team and stuff. And I think Ashley is my hygienist and stuff like that. So he said, "Oh, you need, you got some teeth here that are, the gums are receding a little bit, so you gotta be careful. You're brushing too hard." And it's like, yeah, like, what? You're telling me something I don't know. Oh, what do we got? Notifications here. Let me check. Nothing. Okay. Um, so let's see. We're going to have sun and cloud mixed. High of 81, so we're out of the 70s, in the 80s today. Winds on the west by southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. It was a little bit windy yesterday. Sun rose this morning at, again, 5:30, which was about 47 minutes ago. 5:30 a.m. the sun rose, and the sunset is going to be setting at 8:42 p.m. It's working towards that 9 o'clock hour in the evening with sunset. Well, right now, it sunsets at 8, right there at 8:40, 8:42 tonight, and it's going to at 9 o'clock. It's still going to be a little bit light out. So, but we got partly cloudy. We might have a full burst of sun between 6 and sunset there, so that's going to be good. So, and it's a full moon today, I guess, from what the calendar's saying. It's a full moon, 99% visible. I got to see where it's at though. It it's set this morning at 5:10. It rises at 9:40 p.m. So I got to get a moon broadcast. You know, the telescope that used to sit, it's over in the telescope that used to be back here is in the bedroom now because it gives us more room, and the missus likes it that way. So I used to have that just as a backdrop, but I need to be do uh, a moon broadcast. I haven't done one of those since Haps days. I don't think I've did. I do one on Twitch after Haps? I might have done one after Twitch after Haps there. So our world times and temperatures at 12:24 a.m. Honolulu, Hawaii. Cloudy skies with a little clearing. 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 3:24 a.m. Clear skies in Phoenix. 84 degrees Fahrenheit. In Chicago, Illinois, the windy city of Chicago, Illinois at 5:25 a.m. Chicago is sunny and clear. 64 degrees Fahrenheit in the Windy City. In New York City, the concrete jungle of downstate there at 6:25 a.m. According to the clock, with 6:25 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. But down in the city, it is 66 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny and clear. Down there in central New Jersey, oh, excuse me, Tina, I accidentally hit your. Let's see, there we go. Down in New Jersey, central New Jersey, Tina's telling us that's where our Jersey girl Tina is at. Says it's 64 degrees for the high down there, 64 for the low, 86 for the high down there in central Jersey. Thank you, Tina. Appreciate that. And let's see, going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean at 11:26 a.m. in Cork, Ireland. It's raining in Cork, and it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, Mangia, 12:26 p.m. in Milan, sunny and clear, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, it is at 6:26 p.m. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia is sunny and clear, 93 degrees Fahrenheit. And we have Liberty. Oh, the flags show up, Liberty. Look at that. Good morning. Liberty says, good morning, Patriots and Misses, coming in from the Niagara Buffalo area. Good morning, Liberty. It says, good morning to the Misses. And she must be busy. Thank you, Liberty. Thank you very much, Liberty. Good to have you here. I hope all is well up there in the Niagara Buffalo area. Great to have you. I love seeing the flags. The flags are back. Let's see. They show up? Yep, they're showing up. Okay, great. I'm seeing them on the Twitch and the YouTube. So there we go. Thank you very much. Love seeing the American flag. Continuing to our world times and temperatures. Tokyo, Japan at 7:27 p.m. Cloudy skies, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent of Australia, the great country of Australia, great friends and allies to the United States of America, and we appreciate it, Australia. In Melbourne, Australia, at 8:27 p.m. in their evening, it is 48 degrees. Ooh, that's cold. Oh, they're moving towards their winter. 48 degrees Fahrenheit there with mix of cloudy and clearness. And to the east in Sydney, Australia at 8:27 p.m. in their evening, clear skies in Sydney, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. Yeah, good to see you, Liberty. And could be a bit warmer. Had to turn the fireplace on. 59. Okay, yeah, it's 53 here. Our heater didn't come on. We had our windows open. I was just saying this before you came in, Liberty, to Tina and the rest of the folks that are watching the broadcast here. I woke up. I didn't have this on, so I woke up. I got out of bed. It's like, woo! It's almost. I almost felt like I was at the campsite. You know, when you get out of your sleeping bag and you feel that nice little cool. It's a nice coolness, but it's like it's just a little bit too much. So I broke out the hoodie here. That's why I got the hoodie, and the windows. I had to close this window back here. I came in here and it's like, I'm surprised the furnace didn't go on, but I think the furnace, it's 67 in the house here. It's comfortable. But with the windows, the cool air is coming in. But that's the first thing that came to mind is, am I at the campsite? Because it was that cold. So yeah, I can imagine it being cool up there in your neck of the woods there of New York State, as far as that goes. So, but it's gonna get nicer today. I think we're gonna have a nice day. I'm gonna mow the lawns today. At the neighbors mowed theirs. It looks great. I'll mow ours. So theirs will be a little bit. They don't mow it as short as I do. I mow it right like it's a putting green. The whole around the house, it's like a putting green, and but it looks real nice. And the trees are in full bloom and stuff like that. So, but let's see. Our next segment here is our thought for the day, and it's from my favorite author. We don't usually get quotes. I saw that when I was setting up here just before coming on live. As far as the thoughts, the quotes that I could get in the queue. And we have one from our favorite author. And I think I've said it enough times, but the regulars know who my favorite author is. And that is J.R.R. Tolkien. J.R.R. Tolkien, you know who he is. And you have another person that emulated him with the J.R.R. But John Ronald Reuel Tolkien was an English writer, scholar, and Oxford professor who specialized in Old and Middle English. He's best known for his fantasy works of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, which are set in a fictional world of Middle Earth. And we played Lord of the Rings online last night, as far as that goes. What are you doing, Jack? You stuck? Huh? What you doing? You want to fight? And Jack's back here. He wants to fight. Wants to play. So J.R.R. Tolkien is my favorite author, and it's because of those works that he is. I didn't really care for The Hobbit when I first read it, but I grew to appreciate what he wrote as far as that goes. When I first was in the service, we didn't have this internet stuff to keep us busy. We had AM radio, Armed Forces radio, and 4 hours of closed circuit TV that if you saw it in the morning, you saw it in the evening when I was stationed over in Italy. If you spoke Italian, you could watch Italian TV, but most of it was you had to know Italian. It was fun watching it, once in a while, but it's just like it's frustrating when you can't. So I got to reading, and I read J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, and I reread The Hobbit, and I'm like, wow, this is great. I've read it quite a few times since then, and I've read his other works, and he's a really interesting author. You go beyond just The Lord of the Rings, and you look at his life and stuff like that, and he was in World War One, and a lot of his influences of the darkness that's in Lord of the Rings is based off of that experience. And excuse me. So our thought for the day is from J.R.R. Tolkien, and it goes as follows. It's a job that never started, that takes the longest to finish. What's he mean by that? Well, in J.R.R. Tolkien fashion, he's making you think. What does that mean? It's a job that's never started, and it takes the longest to finish. Well, if you never started, how do you know how long it's going to finish if you never started? So what is J.R.R. Tolkien? It's sort of like a riddle. You know how they like to use the riddles there? Bilbo won the riddle contest there with Gollum. And Tina says, true, lots of laughs. Yeah. The quote, pretty much, its meaning it's putting off a task until you can no longer avoid it. And it is often worse than starting it immediately. So it's something you put off. You're procrastinating. You're delaying the start of a task. You're using that as an excuse, delaying the task. and which can lead to buildup of stress and a sense of overwhelmingness. So that's what he's meaning. I guess he was late on finishing a lot of his works too. So I guess he's a product of his quote. It's a job that never started. It takes the longest to finish. Yeah, because you don't want to do it. That's the thing. So you got to motivate yourself to go ahead and do the work at hand, and don't wait until you can no longer avoid. It's best to get the. I usually try and get the if I have a task to do, I usually try to do those hard tasks because then all the other ones finish easy and stuff like that. Um, if you nap, is that procrastination? No, you're resting. It's an excuse. I don't want to put in the procrast if it's part of the process of you avoiding to do something that you keep on putting off. Well, maybe I've done that. We've done that with the walk here and stuff. We didn't walk yesterday because I said, well, I went to the dentist, and I could have still gone up for a walk. But I think it was raining. Was it raining? I can't remember. But I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question, Libby. Is a nap procrastinating? No, I think I don't take enough naps. I guess even the missus says that because I like keeping my mind active and stuff, and I don't if it's active I don't really, especially in the afternoon. I can take a nap. I used to take naps, but of late I've been pretty busy with. I like gaming and stuff like that, so I got to get it in while I can, as far as that goes. And but you should never put off things, and procrastinating. I've done that myself as far as procrastinating stuff. Don't wait till the last minute. I guess that's what J.R.R. Tolkien is saying. He's identifying that it's a job that never started. Yeah, the job that you keep on putting off. That's what it is. And it takes the longest to finish. Yeah, because you spent so much time putting it off that you finally get to it. And it's like, oh my God, this is more work than what I thought it was because you delayed it. So that's all J.R.R. Tolkien is saying. So I say God bless and Godspeed, J.R.R. Tolkien. I like that. That's a fun quote right there. Makes you think. Our national day, let's see what we have on the docket here. We have National Make Life Beautiful Day. Yeah, we should always make every day beautiful. National Corn on the Cob Day. We had some corn on the cob last week that was really good. The Mrs. She put it on a George Foreman as far as that way of making it, and it was good. She felt it wasn't cooked, but I thought it was good. It was just like a medium well steak. It was just cooked. It was crunchy. I liked it, and it was warm. But this next one, I know you're going to love this one, Tina, and that's probably licking your lips right now and stuff like that because we're going to go with, and this one right too. As soon as I saw that, this is the one. We haven't had a real foodie one in a while, but today is hashtag National German Chocolate Cake Day. Ooh. German Chocolate Cake Day. On June 11th, we celebrate. And Tina says, yes, yes. That's what I was saying. Yeah. I would have had, that would be good to have a slice with a cup of coffee. Oh my God. On June 11th, we celebrate delicious food holiday known as National German Chocolate Cake Day. We can't think of a better way to learn about cake with American roots and get our chocolate fix for the day at the same time. And I rarely get that. Yeah, I do too, Tina. It's a real treat to get a German chocolate cake. Although the name may sound like the cake originated from Germany, let's hold on for a minute. It's not so. German chocolate cake did not come from Germany. In fact, the cake's roots can be traced back to 1852 when American Sam German made a type of dark baked chocolate from an American baker's chocolate company. Baker's German sweet chocolate brand was named in honor of Sam German. It's actually the person Sam German. It's not. It has nothing to do with Germany. It's the person Sam German who invented it. Over 100 years later, in 1957, a recipe for German chocolate cake appeared as the recipe of the day in the Dallas Morning Star. The recipe, created by Mrs. George Clay, used Baker's German sweet chocolate. Obviously, it became quite popular. During this time, General Foods owned Baker's brand and distributed Mrs. Clay's recipe to other newspapers around the country. Why? Because they're going to buy their German chocolate. That's why. The person that's named after the person. The current name of German chocolate cake, as we know it today, came to be the publication started dropping it the S. So it's Germans, Sam German's chocolate cake. They dropped the S. So, and I didn't know that either, Tina. I did not know that. I always thought it was, oh, okay, that's something that came out of because Germany, they're known for great pastries and treats and all that. But it's Sam German. Let me look him up. Sam German. Who is Sam German? Sam German. I did not know that either, Tina. So that's news to me. Oh, is it coming up? It's not coming up. What was Sam German's? And actually, when Sam German was born, he was born in Orwell, Cambridge, England, United Kingdom. So he's a Brit. He's a Brit that came up with the chocolate. So he lived from 1802 to 1888. Created a mild, dark baking chocolate bar for Baker's Chocolate Company in 1852. So there we have it. A little bit of chocolate history there. And again, I did not know that either. So so now when I look at it, I'm thinking about German chocolate cake. I'm thinking, oh, that's Sam's cake. I'm going to call it Sam's cake. And somebody said, well, Sam's, why are you in BJ's? Sam's is down the road. So there we are. Today is National, and we got a little extra there. We found out about Sam German. Hashtag German Chocolate Cake Day. That's Sam German. Tina's laughing at that. That's a fun one. I like that one. I'll never look at another German cake differently now. Or look at it differently. I will look at it differently. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. We did have the audio podcast yesterday for the Tuesday audio. Every other Tuesday we have the Mixcloud Tauga radio show where I present 8 songs. But yesterday we had it's a smaller version of this, and I had to do it real quick because I think it was only like 25 minutes as far as that goes. So let me check. How long was that audio podcast? Usually I go 30 to 45 minutes, but yesterday's broadcast, I believe, was I'm going to my Spotify for creators page, and that particular broadcast was, as I'm driving to it, episodes was 26 minutes. Okay, I thought it was 24, but it's 26 minutes. It's usually 30 to 45 minutes. So I cut it under 30 because I had to go to the dentist. My dental appointment was yesterday at 8:30, so I got up lickety split and I was able to do this particular audio podcast. And let's see. Oh, what's happening here? And my Spotify, just to highlight it, let me go ahead and highlight this as far as that goes. Let me bring it up here. I'll give the same shameless plug to, and I like doing the audio. Audio is fun as far as that goes. So, but there's the audio. There's the Spotify for creators page. You can go there. It's creators.spotify.com. The links are in over on my X page, and that's the audio that we did right there. So, and so you can see all the audios here I've done quite a bit, and as far as that goes, and yesterday it's sort of scaled down. We do the thought for the day, weather, meet and greet, history, but I always talk about a story, and you can see the cover art to this one is a mountain with trees, and that's the Prealps in Italy. And what they're talking about, there's a study going on over there where trees are synchronizing their biological signals during solar eclipses. They found and they're calling it the Wood Wild Web in action. So I presented that article yesterday, and it was a very interesting article in the fact that more evidence shows that trees display group consciousness and communications, and communication has arrived from the Italian Prealps. It's called the Dolomites, or whatever, however you pronounce it. It's the Italian Prealps in northern Italy, where a multidisciplinary team monitored the forest during the last solar eclipse. The research witnessed two things: that the trees of the forest synchronized bioelectronical activity during the eclipse, and that the process of synchronization was started directly by the elder trees. The older of the trees start the process a full 14 hours before the eclipse. So it's a very interesting article, and I think the previous last Thursday's audio podcast was about trees, how they actually around volcanoes, and the ones that I guess they had a volcano eruption, Mount Etna. They actually before a volcano erupts, it emits a lot of CO2. So the trees that are surrounding the area of a volcano, they get a lot greener. So that tells you an eruption is pending, as far as that goes. And let's see. Tina says, yes, I've watched documentaries on trees. Yeah, trees are pretty amazing. And trees are very significant in Lord of the Rings Online, the Ents. in the Lord of the Rings series there. They take down the Two Towers portion of that particular series there. But trees are very important to us. We need to plant a lot more trees. Trees are very, very important to us here on this Big Blue Marble. So that was fun doing that, and we'll be doing another audio podcast on Thursday. So you can check that out over there on at Fireman Rich over on Spotify for creators. Or if you just listen to Spotify, just plug in at Fireman Rich, and you'll go to my page right immediately on the Spotify search field there. So as far as that goes. Okay, we got history. Let's go to 100 years ago. From Fox 40, and we'll see what this is all about. And what are we doing on time? Well, we're at 45 minutes. Okay, we're right on time. So here's Fox 40 with 100 years ago as of June 9th, which was Monday. And like I always say, full disclosure, I have no association with Fox 40 or any other news agency or web page that I may be presenting this morning. I'm showing this primarily to give you an idea of my neck of the woods here in the Southern Tier. And we're going back 100 years. Fox 40 has this. So we're going back 100 years on what life was around the Southern Tier area of Binghamton, New York and such. So let's go ahead and get this one cranking here.
Well, tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past. Be on the lookout for some little small pigs. Broome County historian Roger Luther has this story and more in tonight's installment of 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, there's been another railroad accident at Gray's Crossing. Last night, an eastbound Erie freight train crashed into a Franklin sedan and demolished it, just after the driver jumped to safety. Thieves broke into the Capitol lunch counter at 136 Court Street last night, ransacked the place, made off with $7.85. Hundreds of workers at the Endicott Johnson factories on Corliss Avenue watched from the factory windows this morning as federal prohibition agents poured the contents of 20 barrels of beer into the sewer in front of the central fire station. And finally, posted in the Lost and Found section, a Hillcrest woman reports that a small white pig has wandered away from her property. And that was the news, June 9th, 1925.
Sorry, I punched the button there and stuff. But that is, I was just plugging in. I did this yesterday because we aired this one on the audio podcast yesterday. But what's $7.85 in 1925 worth today? I plugged this yesterday. I forgot what it was worth today. So they robbed $7.85, but that's equivalent to it's a lot more. Is equivalent to purchasing power. I thought it was only a couple $100. It's actually $1,000, $1,827. That's how much value $7.85 were back in the day. And that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Wow, Tina. Yeah. Oh my God. That's something, huh? That is something as far as that goes. Captain Rehab, good morning. How you doing? Glad to see you here. Good morning. Good morning to the missus from Captain Rehab and Liberty and Tina. Good morning, everybody. There we go, everybody. Get you everybody here. And Captain Rehab saying good morning to Auntie Tina. And he's also and saying good morning to chat. And Captain Rehab, you can notice that on the Twitch there, I moved you up a notch in the status there. You're one of my new VIPs here. You more than earned it, my friend. So I yesterday after yesterday's show, you didn't notice it? I put you in the VIP spot. You more than earned it, my friend. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's see. 100 years ago with Roger Luther there. I think that's pretty interesting. We had a railroad accident. Yeah. Okay. But the thieves broke into the Capitol lunch counter. $7.85. That would be equivalent to $1,800 plus. I thought I did that yesterday. It was only a couple $100 and stuff like that. But then hundreds of workers at Endicott Johnson Shoe Factory on watch from the factory while you got federal agents pouring and dumping 20 barrels of beer. It's Prohibition's Day. It was still Prohibition back there in 1925. And I'm just re-looking at this one, the Hillcrest woman. Hillcrest is right outside. It's right there in the Binghamton area. That a small white pig had wandered away from her property. So she lost her little piggy. So that was very important news back in the day, folks. That was very important news. And so that's funny. That is funny as far as that goes. The little piggy wandered off the property. But I'm just amazed at the value. Because like I said, I plugged this in yesterday. I thought it was only a couple $100, but I'm looking at this right now. Value of $1925. Wait a minute. Back up. That's $100. So what? Let's say. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. That's $100 was worth that much. So what's $7.85? What is $7? Let's see what this says. Okay, no, that's wrong. It's not $1,000. Let's see, inflation calculator. Let's see, 1925. Let's see. Okay, here we go. We got an inflation calculator. 1925. It'll be $7.85. $7.85. Okay, it was $144. Okay, so back up. It's $100. That makes more sense. Okay. So it's still $44.22. That's the equivalent. What somebody would have robbed at $7.85 in 1925, $7.85 in 2024 dollars is worth $144.22. So we got that right. I thought that was wrong. I'm just saying that's a little off there as far as that goes. Let's see. In history, we have. Gotta take a break here a little bit, I think, don't we? What do we got for time here? Yeah, we'll just finish up the. We'll finish up the history and sports here and stuff like that. Let's see. Somebody's making breakfast, I guess. I'm waiting for my Surface 3 to reestablish here. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Back in 1963, President John F. Kennedy proposed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. That would eventually legislate equal access to public facilities and segregation in education and guaranteed a federal voting rights for African Americans in 1963. He proposed that, but it didn't become law until under Lyndon B. Johnson. That was a cornerstone for Lyndon B. Johnson's administration that they finally got that through Congress. But it was John F. Kennedy that proposed that action. 1982, you had E.T., the Extraterrestrial. Remember that movie? Premiered in theaters at a number of Universal acclaimed and won to Universal acclaim and stayed on top of the box office for 6 weeks, surpassing Star Wars as the highest grossing film of all time in 1982. I saw that movie a couple times. That was a good movie. Let's see, what's this? Let's see, on the AP side, it's 1942. The United States agreed to send a Lend-Lease aid to the Soviet Union. That was for World War II. So in 1509, English King Henry VIII married his first wife, Catherine of Aragon. That's from Aragon is the name of the Strider in Lord of the Rings there. And 1987, Margaret Thatcher became the first British Prime Minister in over 160 years to win a third consecutive term of office as her Conservative Party held onto a reduced majority in the Parliament. The Iron Lady, as she was called. And that's history. So let's go ahead and get into Major League Baseball. And let's see, Major League Baseball. See what the Yankees and Mets did, and see if Captain Drehab's here. We gotta let him know about his Phillies if he does. Let's see, Liberty. Speaking of sports, Hallmark is shooting a movie in East Aurora, supposedly to have members of the Bills team in it. So is it a football movie, Liberty?
Oh, East Aurora, huh?
Yeah, East Aurora.
That town's not busy enough.
What was that?
Like, that town's not busy enough.
Yeah, that town's not busy enough. We've been through there. We've got to know the Buffalo area pretty well over the last few years. So do you know what the movie's about? No, Hallmark. Oh, it's okay. It's a Hallmark movie. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's a lovey-dovey, probably. Yeah.
About Ray J.
What's that?
About Ray
Yeah. That's it's like Yeah, Hallmark is known. It's probably another Christmas, an updated Christmas movie, Liberty. So it's going to probably involve some. I wonder. It'll probably be about Josh Allen and his new wife there, maybe and stuff. They just got married also. Let's see, baseball starting Monday night. I don't think neither the Mets or Yankees played, but the Phillies played and they beat the Cubbies there, Captain Rehab, 4-3, and that was Monday. And then yesterday, the Phillies lost to the Cubbies 8-4. The Mets beat the Nationals 5-4 last night, and the Yankees, did they play? I am not seeing the Yankees. They had the day. Oh no, they are. The Yankees. They trounced the Royals 10-2. Hey, Captain Rehab, did you see that one outfielder for Oakland? The catch. Okay, Tina. See you later. See you later. And let's see. Rehab or Liberty says it is a Christmas movie. Okay. We'll see you, Tina. Say hi to Hal. But Captain Rehab, did you see that catch? The guy he literally climbed up. He just jumped onto the fence and he snagged that ball. He almost fell over the fence. I watched that on Sports Center yesterday after dinner, or actually it was during dinner. Did you see that?
I saw it, yeah.
What'd you think of that catch?
Awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. You're not even a baseball. Well,
No, that guy's got springs in his legs.
Yeah, it's springs. Best. He's a rookie too. He's done something similar to that. I don't know if you saw that. So that was in the baseball there for the Oakland Athletics. Which yesterday, who did they play? Oh, they played the Angels, but they lost. They had the play of the day, but they ended up losing to the Angels. So Yankees were off yesterday. They will be playing today. Mets and Nationals will continue play. They'll play the Royals. No, they weren't off. They played yesterday. They did play yesterday. Yankees, they trounced the Royals 10-2. So they are playing again today at 7:40. The Mets play today at where did I see the Mets? Phillies play the Cubbies afternoon game 105 there, Captain Rehab. And Yankees, where are the Mets? I thought I saw the Mets here. Hey, Jackie Jack, what are you doing there, buddy? Oh, I guess they're off. They're off today. Okay, Mets are off. In NBA action, of course, we've got Game 3 playing tonight. Or no, let's see. Okay, let's go. June 16th. They're not playing till June 16th? Holy crap. Okay. So they've only played 3 games. Last game was June 13th. Oh, no, they play this Friday. They play this Friday. They're tied 1-1. So it's Friday. They play Friday, and then they're going to play Monday. So let's see. They played the 5th. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look at this. This is Game 3. Oh no, they play tonight. They play tonight at 8:30. They play tonight and Friday. So game 3 is tonight. They're missing Game 2 on this listing here. They got Game 1 and they go right to Game 3. But it's tied at 1 apiece. So that's tonight at 8:20 as far as Thunder and Pacers, and we'll see what happens with that. Of course, UFL is all over, and the championship game is this weekend, coming up the 15th. Okay, Liberty. Liberty says, "Have a good day, everybody. Be safe and don't procrastinate. Just nap." Okay.
We do that a lot. I do.
The missus takes a lot of naps,
I like
Liberty,
the naps.
but you have a great day up there in the Niagara Buffalo area. Appreciate you being here, my friend. And thank you for try not to procrastinate and not come in here. Please come. I welcome you. That's good. Let's see. The Defenders, the DC Defenders, and the Michigan Panthers will be playing this Sunday for the UFL football. All I got to say about UFL football is like, okay, it was okay. It wasn't as exciting as last week. So, but it is a championship game. I'm picking the DC Defenders. I think Captain Rehab, he picked Michigan. Or no, I picked Michigan. Captain Rehab picked the DC Defenders. Tony D isn't here, but I would imagine he was going to be picking DC Defenders. So I'm going to have to Tony, if you watch this on the replay, you hear it, give me a DM on who you're picking, I guess. I'll have to DM him later. So there's football. And then the only other thing I got to say is the FIFA, FIFA tournament is coming up here this summer. I'm going to be highlighting that as far as that goes. Because, let's see. Let me bring that up. FIFA. That's the tournament here in the United States. FIFA standings. And this is the groups that are in the tournament that we'll be following. And as far as that goes, so let me bring this up. This is over on their web page, and you can see the groups here. These are the groups that are playing here. There's Group A, Group B, all the teams that are playing, and it's all zeroed out. It hasn't started yet, but this is what we're going to be following. Then we're going to be focusing mostly on what is it, group? This group right here, because primarily of this team right here. And that team is Manchester City. This is the team I'm rooting for right now, Manchester City. And so we'll be following. This is their page over on FIFA. And this is a team we will be following and stuff. And as far as that goes. And we get the standings. Let's see. But they're in Group G right here. So they're going to be, I think they play so many teams. Let's see. When does it start? Let's see. When does FIFA start? And the FIFA Men's World Ranking will be updated on July 10th. The games player ratings have never been, however, are updated more frequently. According to some, well, that doesn't. Wait a minute. That's not it. That's not. Okay, I thought so. Not in July. The FIFA Cup World Cup 2025 begins June 14th, 2025, with the opening match between Al Ahly and the Inter Miami at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. In Miami, Florida. The final is scheduled July 13th, 2025 at Met Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The tournament will take place across the United States with 32 teams from 6 FIFA conference competing. So it's the FIFA Cup World Cup tournament, and we're going to follow it. It's a month-long tournament, and it's going to be right there on the and we'll be following these teams right here. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I am a Manchester City Football Club fan, and I will be following them, and we'll be following their status right here. So it starts in the middle of June. What day was that? That's coming up, isn't it? June 14th. That's this weekend, folks. So who does Manchester play? Well, yeah, we'll find out Friday. I'll get some more information on Friday. Who Manchester's playing and stuff like that. Well, actually, I have to go to Manchester City's page. Let's see, Manchester City Football Club. Let's just go to their page. Okay, here we go. Let's go to here. Here's the Manchester City Football Club page. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Here we go, and we can see on their page right here that they play. This is the FIFA Cup. It starts June 18th, so they don't play until next Wednesday, but the tournament starts this Saturday. So I'll be watching just getting into that a little bit. And let's see. So that's their lineups. It's not saying where I can watch this, so okay. It's going to be in Lincoln. And it's not really telling that much. It's match 1 of 3. So this is Manchester City, who finished 3rd overall in the Premier League and stuff like that. So they'll be, it doesn't show any more. Hopefully we'll get some more information on that as far as that goes, and see how it works as far as that goes. So, alrighty. So there we have it for the sports. And we're going to go ahead and take a break here, folks. And I think I'm out of coffee right now. So we got to get another cup of coffee in the coffee cup. And we will be right back. And you guys just hang loose, and we will return in just a few moments. So we'll skate out of here with we'll just play some bubblegum. here for the second part of the Wednesday morning coffee for 06.11.2025 at Rumble Video Broadcast. Good morning, folks. Current time is 07:15, and this is Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich over there on X, as well as here on Rumble and Twitch. I think it's at Richard, the real Fireman Rich. The real Fireman Rich over on Facebook Live and on YouTube. I think it's at Richard M. Roberts. But I'm mostly on X. That's my mainstay as far as for all these fine social media platforms. But you can just check out the links. X is my mainstay. Okay, so you want to know what I'm doing or what I'm up to. I do post to a number of other sites. And we have our second cup of coffee this morning. And the new old cup, because the other cup got broke yesterday, but that's okay. This is a good cup. This is a coffee cup. You can't see it. If I turn it around, you can see it. This is I got for Christmas with the Valhalla Java, which is a product that a version of coffee that Death Wish makes. And you're asking, what is Death Wish, Richard? You always talk about this Death Wish. Full disclosure, I'm just a consumer of Death Wish, and I do enjoy their product. So there's their sticker right there, the Death Wish coffee. I do enjoy that coffee. And there's some other coffees. I do like a good cup of black coffee. I don't put stuff. When I was at the dentist yesterday, I had a dental appointment, so I'm sitting there talking to the hygienist in a chair, and they have the posters up there, do this with your teeth, this with teeth. They had a cup of a glass of the Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee with all the gobbledygook in it, the whipped cream and stuff like that. And that particular drink right there is equal to about 18, I think it was 18 or 24, between 18 and 24 glazed donuts. That's how much sugar that's in there. I'm like, holy crap! I could eat like 3, maybe 4 glazed donuts. Okay, and that's way too much. I should only these days I should only be eating half a glazed donut. But I looked at that chart and I go, is that true? And she said, oh yeah. There's a lot of sugar in there. I mean, it's sugar to the max. So it's just you got to be watching that sugar intake, folks. A little sugar's not that bad, but that much sugar is overdoing it. Oh my God. It's like, no wonder there's people that enjoy that. So, we had a very good first half of the broadcast here. We're going to the second half, and we're going to go ahead and see what we have here on the news cycles for the last 24 to 48 hours of what's going on here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And again, full disclosure, these news agencies that I show and radio stations on their web pages, I have no association with them. I'm just a consumer of their particular information that's on their webpage, and I'm doing this primarily to show the southern tier of upstate New York. It's where I grew up, where I live, and where I like being at. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. Let's see. Other than the 100 years ago, I don't think I see anything on Fox 40. No, there's nothing really on there for today that pops out. Oh, here's something. They're talking about this is June 9th. So when was June 9th? That was Monday. Did we play this one? I don't think we played this one. This is concerning the Strawberry Festival that's coming up. So the 43rd annual Strawberry Festival that's going to be taking place here on June 19th, which is starting next week. So let's go ahead and look at this one. We missed this one, I guess, on this was June 9th. So, this came out June 9th. So this is in the evening Fox, so we wouldn't have seen this on the Monday broadcast. So let's go ahead and play this one. As far as that goes, Strawberry Festival, me and the missus will be attending there. You usually, if it's the 19th, we usually go on the 21st, the Saturday after the parade. I don't get into parades, so let's go ahead and turn off our banner and go ahead and present this. As far as that goes, and the article is the 43rd annual Owego Strawberry Festival is coming in. This is a big event here, folks. Big event, and I've been to the last two, and they're well worth it. So let's listen to this.
The annual Owego Strawberry Festival is returning, celebrating 43 years of the event in the Southern Tier. The event is free to attend, and it will be taking place from June 19th to the 21st in the downtown area of Owego. This year's celebration will include a block party, fireworks, live music, and several local food and craft vendors. There will also be a 5K taking place on the 19th, which will feature one of Fox 40's own sporting a strawberry costume. We'll have more details on the festival on our website, wicz.com. The annual Owego Strawberry Festival is
Yep. Okay, there we go. We saw that already. So there it is. We'll be following up on this over the next week, and I said this last year, and I said I may broadcast from there. Maybe a small portion, I guess, if I find, because it can be noisy and stuff, and I'm not one to really be out and about in the because there's a lot of people that go to this. So I may broadcast a short broadcast there just to show you the actual live event from my perspective and such. So that's big time. It's the 43rd. I've gone to the last 2 years. I never went to one before. I've always heard about it, but I was one that I was under the notion, I don't really like crowds. Well, going to this I like, because we only spend a couple hours there. There's some good venues, some good food, and before leaving, I always get a big bag of kettle corn. So love the kettle corn. Can't beat it. Okay, so that's Fox 40. Let's see, what do we have on WBNG or WEBO? Let's see, is that anything to talk about? Let's see. Let me see what they have on their Facebook for WEBO. No, I'm not seeing anything on their Facebook right now. Let's see. Let's check this. Let me refresh it here real quick. We already talk about the Dulles and Desmond All-Star Wrestling this past weekend. I heard some news about this. What the hell is this? Let's see. Let's see, can I get this? This is always tricky. Let's go with local news. It doesn't want to work. Huh. Let's see. Let's go to news. You try and slide it over, but they have the thing there. You can't really do. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so let's go Tioga. Oh, I don't know what's going on with this page here. Let's see. Let's try it one more time. Okay, so we have another event coming up here, and Trace Atkins, who is a country singer, will be appearing there, and that's for the Speedy Fest. Speedy Fest takes place up there in Oceanagle Park in Binghamton. Country music legend Trace Atkins will be headlining the 2025 Speedy Fest and Balloon Rally. The annual event will begin Friday, August 1st. So it's still a few months away. You got June, July. It's like 3 months away. But it goes from August 1st to August 3rd. I've never been there, and it's at Oceanego Park in Binghamton. Atkins, who has sold over 11 million albums in his legendary career, will be headlining the show on Sunday, August 3rd. Also, our Speedy Fest weekend gym class heroes will take the stage on Saturday, August 2nd. A free concert will be held Friday, August 1st, featuring 2 tribute bands playing hits from Fleetwood Mac and Led Zeppelin. Tickets for the gym class heroes and Trace Atkins show, you can check it out at speedyfest.com. This is a big event here, folks. This is a very big event. And I've never been to a Speedy Fest. I've never been to a Speedy Fest, and as far as that goes, and I don't think I want to, because it's probably the Strawberry Festival I can handle. There's enough people there, the crowds and stuff like that. It's good to go as far as that goes. So, and let's see, what else do we have for news on the thing here? And I am not seeing anything else other than that event there. Okay, so let's go to WNBF. That's another radio station here. It's out of Binghamton. And let's see what we got on. No, it doesn't look like there's anything there. Any local news and stuff. They got a couple articles. They got a cute Binghamton man rescued from Susquehanna by fire. Oh, we saw that one. That was the Campville Fire Department. So let's go to WBNG. That's the local CBS affiliate. And here's what to expect annual. Okay, that's airport days up in Norwich. That's way up. Traffic alert 17. Let's see. Was this? That's local news. So we're not gonna. And let's see. Okay, we're gonna the moon, the full moon. It's known as the strawberry moon. So let's go ahead and see what this is about. The strawberries, of course, this is strawberry festivals, and you got the strawberry moon being a full moon tonight. So let's go ahead and see what this one's about. There it is. We already have that up there. Okay, and let's see what this one's about.
Summer officially begins in just a couple of weeks. A sign of the changing of seasons will be in the sky tonight. The strawberry moon, the full moon representing the month of June, will be visible around 9 p.m. tonight. Executive Director of Copernic Observatory, Drew Desker, tells 12 News the moon got this name because of this time of year being the best time for strawberries to be picked.
What's particularly unique about this particular full moon is its maximum height around 1 o'clock will only be about 20 degrees above the horizon. And it's really one of the lowest full moons that we will see in probably another 20 years.
Desker says this moon represents the beginning of summer.
So there we have it. The strawberry moon will be visible.
The sky tonight.
Oh,
strawberry moon,
yep,
the full moon representing the month of
There's the strawberry moon. June strawberry moon will be visible, and I'll be checking that out. If we don't have, we should have a clear evening this evening. So there we go. And Strawberry Festival starts next week. There we go. That's pretty cool. Let's see. What else do we have in WBNG as far as news? I think that is, let's see, Strawberry Moon. And that's it for that particular segment. Okay, let's see. The whale, that's the same as WAAL. So let's go to channel 34. Best pizza in Binghamton. Oh, this is their top story from 2 days ago. Let's go ahead and check this one out. Is this going to be... let's see what this one is all about as far as what is the best pizza in the greater Binghamton. I know in Tioga County, the best pizza, in my opinion, is Mario's. Mario's. Check out Mario's Pizza in Owego, New York. And to give them a full disclosure, I have no association with it. I just love their pizza. Their pizza is great. There's some good pizza places up in the greater Binghamton area, though. There are. So let's go ahead and see what this one's about here. And see what it is. Okay, that has some music. So most etiquette agreed customers. Okay, this is just I don't think it has anything to do with pizza right there, is it? Good service and stuff like that. There are times when takeout doesn't require the same amount of time. Okay, so they don't. So let's shut that off. Let's just read the article here. One of the most heavy debated topics in Greater Binghamton is where to find the best pizza. And News Channel 34 is looking to the community for their input. Oh, okay. They haven't done the thing yet. We recently posted a story, share Triple City advertise to where the pizza. Let me see what this one is. Maybe we'll show this one. No, that's the same one. It's just we received several messages last week. We've asked. Okay, so they haven't really compiled it yet. So they're looking, I guess, on their webpage. Let's see. These are the pizzerias. I've been to Cortez. They're pretty good. Nick's Pizza and Restaurant's good. Nurchi's is always great. And Bud's Place is. Oh, that's here in Tioga County. Bud Place. I'm surprised Mario isn't there. Let's see what the voter results is. Bud's Place is only one. So it looks like Enzo's. I've heard of Enzo's. So that's the best pizza places here in the greater Binghamton area as far as that goes. So that was a sort of a wash of an article. I thought I was going to get a video there. Okay, let's see what else we got on channel 34. And speaking of Mario's, we got it. Speaking of Mario's, asking you shall receive. Look at this. We have this is Mario's. They highlighted Pizza Week 2025, Mario's Pizza in Owego. This is a great place. This is the place I'm always talking about, folks, is Mario's Pizza. We're going to get to see Vinny as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and listen to this one. Let's see. Let's turn the closed captions are off.
34 is excited to announce the return of Pizza Week. 34 alum and now special pizza correspondent Mike Tanzini is resuming his tour of local pizzerias. Tonight, Mike takes us out to Owego to learn about a familiar family recipe.
It's just an ongoing tradition and family-run business.
A staple in Owego, Mario's Pizza has been in business for over 45 years. A lot can change in 4.5 decades, but if you ask Jerry Pettinato, if something ain't broke, you don't fix it.
It has not been tweaked. It has not been changed. It is the same recipe.
Jerry knows a thing or two about the pizza business. His father and family managed an Italian restaurant in the Scranton area that's been in operation since the 1920s. Meanwhile, Jerry's father-in-law opened Mario's Pizza in the late 1970s. It wasn't long before Jerry jumped into the pizza biz to continue the family tradition.
So between my wife being in the business, me being very familiar with that, it just seemed like the natural progression for me to get into this.
It's a full family effort as Jerry, Amanda, Vinny, and Gina all work together to make the signature Mario's Pizza, which starts with dough made fresh each day using a blend of flour, water, sugar, salt, and a special yeast.
Fresh yeast, we're not using a dry yeast that you have to bloom. Fresh yeast it's extremely fragile, so you have to go through a lot of it. It can't sit for a long time to lose its potency.
The dough will ferment for 24 to 36 hours, which enhances its flavor and makes it light, airy, and easy to work with.
Go all the way around. Yep, you kind of give it a little tug, little turn. All right.
You can feel it stretching a little bit.
Do you?
Again, this is
Okay.
not-
Then we're there.
this is-
All right.
Unfortunately, it took me a little while to really get the technique.
Right? And it's not speed. Everybody, a lot of people see people toss. Oh, there it goes. There's the hole.
We were doing good till that point.
You know what? I jinxed myself here. So, all right. So, is this all far
Fixable?
gone? Okay. So we were able to fix this.
All right.
See, this is the magic of television. When this comes out, you probably won't even be able to tell there was even a hole in it.
Next, it's time to drop down the sauce.
One scoop of sauce, dead center.
1 scoop of sauce, dead center. So this is like Target prep. Okay,
All right.
there.
Mario's utilizes fresh California tomatoes.
You want the best that you could possibly get. And it has been the same brand of tomatoes for more than 45 years. And that company, they are strict with their tolerances. Everything is perfect all the time.
Along with a special blend of Italian seasonings, which packs a punch of fresh flavor. As with any loyal family business, Jerry isn't budging on revealing the family recipe.
It's traditional Italian seasonings, a little bit of TLC, a little bit of love, and we'll just leave it at that.
Now, time for the 100% whole milk full cream mozzarella cheese that's going to melt beautifully and blanket across our pie. After spreading what I'd consider to be a perfect layer of cheese, I feel it might be time for a promotion.
Right now, you're the pizza maker,
Let's see.
so
All right, let's
you're in
see.
charge.
I'm in charge. Well, my first order of business is everybody here is working a half day. Jim is going to stay and make pizza with me for the rest of the day. So how's that?
After several minutes in the oven, we take it out.
You're good.
Put it on there?
Yeah.
All right, so we're coming out.
I'll get the door for you. There you go.
There it is.
Cut it up,
Okay.
and get ready to enjoy a meal as a family. The same meal that Mario's has been serving to customers,
Perfect.
both young and old.
They have been with us and for generations. I mean, it's more than 40 years that we've been here, 45 years. So we're on second and third generations now coming up and seeing their kids come in and their grandkids come in and hopefully have that same smile on their face when they take that bite of pizza.
Well, I want to thank everybody at Mario's for helping me be a part of the family here and creating their signature Mario's pizza. And I know there's some places out there that tell you when you're here, your family. I can tell you firsthand that when you are down at Mario's, you are part of La Familia. In we go, Mike Tanzini, News 34.
And Mario's is located at 51 Fox Street in Owego, which is the only location owned by the Pettinato family. Tomorrow, Mike heads to Vestal to learn about another longtime pizza staple in our community. Meanwhile, you can vote for your favorite local pie.
Okay, I want to go back to let's see. We don't need a sound, but where is it? Right there. There's Gina. There's to the left there, as you can see. There's Jerry, of course. There's a Fox guy. There's Jerry, who was doing all the talking. Then there's is it Gina or is his mother? Their mother's there. That's Jerry's wife. And then there's Vinny right there. Vinny's a great guy. They're part of the Mario family there, and that's my favorite pizzeria right there. And yes, we have Mario's in Owego, as far as that goes, Captain Rehab, and that gives you a chance. I just came across this. This is a great article. I got to make a post. This has been out 2 days. I missed this one. As far as that goes, so there's the kitchen there back. That's a traditional cheese pizza. They've been there for 45 years, and this is our favorite pizza place. When I talk about Mario's, that's the gang right there. Vinny and Jerry, they are the heart and soul. They carrying on the tradition of Jerry's father-in-law, and I think Gina is his wife. What's the daughter's name? Gina and God, I can't think of her name as far as that goes. But great place to be at, and we do appreciate it. That's a fantastic article. I got a chance to show you who's Mike. Is that the reporter's name? Do you know him, Captain Rehab? Was that the reporter's name? As far as that goes, what's Mike Mike Tizzani? He's okay. He's a report. He was a reporter. Okay, yeah. So you put that in caps. Like I guess you know him. Are you familiar with him? You made comment of his name there and stuff. But yeah, Mario's in Owego. That's the place to be at. Oh my God, it's a great place. We like to take out. They have a great dining room. We haven't gone there of late. When the kids were younger, we used to go there at least weekly, as far as once a week or once every other week and stuff like that. So it's a great place here in Owego, New York. So that's a great highlight by Channel 34 News. So thank you, Channel 34. Okay, let's see. What else is on Channel 34? Pizza Week this week. They're not on the list, though. I don't know why they're not on the list. Let's see. Okay, they have here's an update of on Channel 34, the place where I used to work at. The old IBM old buildings are being demolished there in Endicott. IBM is Endicott, New York. Is the birthplace of IBM, and this is another one from our friends at Fox. Their News 34. Again, no affiliation. This is the ABC affiliate that's there in Binghamton, and this is where I used to work. They're tearing down some old buildings. We'll see what this one's about.
The demolition of the IBM Old Building Group in Endicott is nearly complete. Gork Construction was tearing down the remaining building along McKinley Avenue today. Once all of the structures have been leveled, the rubble will be removed and there will be some preparation of the site for potential future development. Mayor Nick Burlingame says the area will remain fenced off. However, a more attractive-looking fence will be erected, set back a bit from the sidewalk with a grass border to improve the appearance. The old IBM buildings have been condemned for 20 years. The demolition is supported by $6 million from New York State and $2 million of Broome County's ARPA funds. Burlingame says he's hopeful that the closed section of McKinley can reopen by the end of this week.
So this is where I used to work. You didn't really see much other than rubble being taken down. These are older buildings that were built during the 1930s and 40s here there in Endicott, New York. And it's where I used to work. It's a big, there's still a lot of buildings left, but IBM is no longer there. But this is the birthplace, and there's a lot of history being torn down. And you can see there's a lot of, these are old buildings where they used to use asbestos, so they got to be careful and stuff like that. There was a lot of mitigation on before this started because of that aspect. And so it'll be interesting. Last week, I mentioned that my mentor, the guy I worked with for 15 of my 17, well, about at least 15 of the 17 years I worked at, well, maybe between 10 and 12 years, I should say, 10 and 12, 13 years of my 17 years. And I took over for him. So it was probably, no, he retired. We worked together at least 10 years, 10 to 12 years, I should say for sure. And he asked me if I'd been to Endicott because I started there and he started there also. He lives in Endicott. And so I told him I can't really drive down North Street in Endicott to look at that. I think the last time I was there was before they started tearing those buildings down. The original IBM clock building across the street, that's a historical building that's there, but it's got to be wide open. These are all the buildings. I worked in building 41 when I got hired, which is on the west side of McKinley and North Street. It's right on the corner there, and all the buildings to the east of there, on the other side, that's what was being shown in that piece there. So I don't really want to go there and look at it because it's just it's just if I happen to be in Endicott, I don't really do too much business in Endicott anymore. But I did work there when I first got out of the air. It was the first job I had coming out of the Air Force when I retired. There working for IBM, and my father he worked 30 years for IBM. So it's just I just feel very thankful that I was able to work there. Yep, Endicott, Captain Rehab, Endicott, New York. That's where IBM. Watson started IBM back in the day, and so they're tearing all those buildings down. Which you might be you're familiar with that because you build stuff as far as the firm you work with and stuff, I guess, or you plan for things. So that's a major endeavor up there. Those old buildings, there's a lot of asbestos. They were built back in the 30s, so. But they were pretty prevalent and important during the World War II war effort here, and as far as that goes. And Captain Rehab saying yes. So, but I haven't been back to look at the demo. It's sort of I just feel sad that. But IBM, they changed their business model. They got out of manufacturing, but a lot of major server boards and circuit. Even the chip carrier for the Nintendo GameCube came out of there because I worked on that product, and there was a lot of those that came out of that plant. They shipped them up to Burlington, Vermont for the placement of the chip. We actually built a chip carrier and stuff like that, which was an ultrafine chip. Or ultrafine base for the chip to be set on and stuff like that. It's pretty. So if you got an old Nintendo GameCube, a portion of that came from Endicott, New York, folks. Just to let you know. Okay, let's see what else we have on channel 34. And I think that is it for channel 34. Let's go to WENY. That's out here in Elmira to the west. And you got a street painting festival returns to downtown this upcoming weekend. Let's see. No, there's no video on that, so we won't show that. Let's see. And I'm looking, and there's nothing on WENY. Okay, what about channel 18, My Twin Tiers? No, nothing there but garbage news, basically. So I'm not going to be bringing that up. You guys all know the garbage news. Oh, here's an interesting one. What's this? Big Flats Little League celebrates. Yeah, let's do this one. This is a Little League. Big Flats. No, we're not going to bring that up, Captain Rehab. That's. I think that's being taken care of. All I got to say in that comment there, Captain Rehab, I am totally against any type of violent protest or riots. They are riots. They try to tone it down there and stuff like that. But when you're burning, okay, you're causing havoc. That's a riot and stuff like that. It's just, I got to laugh at some of these. It's a peaceful, there's a reporter there saying it's a peaceful protest. And you got buildings burning behind you. Come on, give me a break. That's Los Angeles, though. That's happened there in Los Angeles before. So we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say that, Captain Rehab, as far as that goes. Oh, really? Okay, yeah. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and do this Little League, get something a little more positive as far as that goes instead of the garbage news. I call that garbage news, Captain Rehab. It's just like there's a time and place. It's early morning. I don't want to be dealing with that. It just it gets old. The same old crap. Okay, here we go. We got Big Flats, which is out here to the west of me. It's over there by Elmira, New York. It's about a 25 to 30 minute drive to Big Flats. And we'll talk about the Little Leaguers here.
75 years is a lifetime of baseball. In Big Flats, their Little League program will celebrate its 75th anniversary next Wednesday night. Simply put, a night of honor. Next Wednesday, Big Flats will honor 75 years of Little League baseball at 5:30 p.m. at their main field. Great moments, great memories will be shared, along with a special alumni T-ball game honoring the legends of the past. 18 Sports' Nick Ketter will be there as the MC, as his dad Mike Ketter played in the league and his grandfather Bernie coached in it. All former players, coaches, and fans are welcome to attend for free. League supporter Jim Jacobus tells us more.
I think the one thing that really excites me about this whole process is the fact that I'm going to have the opportunity to see former baseball players, former players that I coached, people I haven't seen in years. So we're really hopeful that we're going to have a great turnout and have a lot of fun.
So there you have it, Little League, 75 years out in Big Flats. That's pretty amazing right there, as far as the story goes. And I used to play Little League. I played Little League. I was on the I was a catcher. I had the sheet, what do they call those things that protect your legs here when you get down to your kneecaps? My kneecap, half of my kneecap. I remember one friend of mine, he was pitching, and we had signals. He had a couple different, even at 9 and 10. No, I think we were 10 and 11 years old, and he had signals, and he had this one wild pitch that it came down and almost took my kneecap off, because half of my kneecap. I was a big guy, a big kid when I was younger, tall and lanky, as far as that goes, and. So Little League, I played the minor Little Leagues on was it the Cardinals? And who did I play in the major for Little Leagues? That was a bigger, I think, I was in the minors when I was like 10, 11. And I think when I was 12 and 13, I played in the I played outfield when I was in the minor league major division and stuff like that. So I wasn't that good of a ball player. I think I had a very low batting average and stuff, and I was placed out in, was it right field, I guess? Nobody hit the ball in right field back then. Everybody was left, always hit the ball in the left and center and stuff like that, I can recall. So that's a good article there. Let's see, what else we got? From Channel 18 News out there in the Elmira way, I'm not seeing anything as far as that goes. So we'll go on to Penny Saver. Nothing there. Nothing on WKGB 92.5. That's the radio station in Binghamton. Again, no affiliation with any of these news or radio agencies, because as far as that goes, what's this being rescued from what's this article? This is on KISS. Was this Campville's deployment? No, this was a different rescue on the river. So let's go ahead and I got to read this one, but this is an interesting article from KISS 105 or 104.1. It's a radio station here in Binghamton, hit music station. And because we did have a water rescue from Campville, but this is the Binghamton Fire Department. A man who apparently jumped into the Susquehanna River was pulled from the water minutes later by the member of the Binghamton Fire Department. Police and fire units, along with ambulances, were dispatched to Confluence Park a few minutes after noon Tuesday. That was yesterday, when reports came of a person in the river. People on Exchange Street and Washington Street Bridge spotted the man in the river. Firefighters reportedly tossed a rope to the man, but he was unable or unwilling to grab it. So what was he doing? Trying to commit suicide, maybe? Who knows? Lieutenant Marcio Machete said the fire department boat was launched into the river from the park. He said the man was about 20 to 30 feet from shore when the boat reached. Machete said the man was pulled from the river about a minute after the boat launched. So evidently, this guy did not want to come out of the drink, in a manner of speaking. So there's the Binghamton Fire Department with their boat. It's an inflatable where, what is it? Campville Fire Department. They have a bigger boat. One of those big, it has a big propeller. I don't remember what they're called or whatever, but let's see. Let's see. The man, who appeared to be in his 40s, didn't appear to be injured. He was evaluated at the Superior Ambulance before he was transported to the hospital. A man who had been fishing told WNBF News the man intentionally went into the water saying, "I'm going to Lourdes Hospital and I'm taking the river." So he was going to Lourdes by crossing the river. The witness said the unidentified man did the same thing a few days ago. Oh, okay. So we do have something. And KISS 104, they're part of the family there for WAAL and WNBF. So they have the same news. It's just highlighted. Let me go ahead. We have something from Bob Joseph and stuff. So we'll go ahead and let's see. What did he say? We have a thing there for him. Let's see. Is that it for the article? Yeah, it's a midday rescue operation. So let's see what Bob Joseph, who works for Binghamton at Binghamton Now on X, but he's a radio entity for WNBF. Let's see what this was about. This is activity on the scene of the bridge of the fire department units there. So this happened yesterday afternoon. There's the park, and there's the incident right there. They're pulling the boat into the river. Binghamton firefighters. There's Superior Ambulance. That's one of the ambulance companies that cover the greater Binghamton area, along with Binghamton Police Department right there on the bridge. And there they are going into the river. They got the victim. Okay, I don't see the victim there as far as that goes. So let's see. I didn't see the victim. So there it is from Bob Joseph. Some actual on the scene.
An antidiarrheal.
On the. Oh, hang on for a minute, folks. What's going on? My thing froze up. What's this? Okay, we're back. So that was on 104 as far as it goes. Let's see, Rich, when I was working on the Hudson River dredging project, one day a floating body came by my site and they had to deploy and retrieve. Wow. Wow. That's unreal. Oh yeah, and the ad came up. I'm sorry about that. It just the web page went a little screwy there. So that's Bob Joseph as far as his. Let's see, what that would be. What is it? 104. Oh, we don't need to go back to 104. That's it. Let's see, 106.5. That's up in Buffalo area. I'm not seeing any articles there. And then was it 106 point? What's the other one? Oh, we had another one. I don't know where that's at, but I think we're at the end of the broadcast here. We're coming up on two hours as it is. So that must have been quite an experience to see that on the Hudson River. So Hudson River's a lot bigger. I think that's the Susquehanna they were at. These are Susquehanna or Shenango. Are you taking? I'm for the. I want the Pacers to win. Yeah, I'm for the Pacers. I'm on the same page as you there, Captain Rehab. As far as going back to sports, yes, I want the Pacers to win. I may not be watching it, but that's who I'm picking. This weekend, I'm picking Michigan. You're picking DC as far as for the UFL. So we're opposites on that one. But I'm on board with the Pacers. I want the Pacers to take the lead tonight. And you're watching hockey, right? What's going on in the hockey? Let me see. I know the Panthers, Miami, they lead the series now. The Stanley Cup. Or is it one? Oh no, it's 2-1. Yeah, they kicked their asses the other night. The Panthers did 6-1. Oh my God. Oh, you haven't watched too much? Okay, I just was clicking around Monday night there, and I came back, and that's when the Florida Panthers. It was 0-0. Then all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's 2-0. Then it's 4-0. I didn't know about it until afterwards. I figured that's where the score left. It ended up being 6-1. So go. I want the Florida Panthers. I don't want Canada to win the Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup belongs here. I'm not even a hockey guy. I'm just kidding. We love our Canadian, our friends to the north, our Canadian friends, as far as that goes. And despite some of the disagreements we may have, but we still enjoy having you here as far as that goes. What the hell? What's going on here? Oh, there it is. There it is. We got to bring up the banner again. So that's about the most hockey I've watched all year. Was Monday night. So I'm almost out of coffee here, and we're coming up on 2 hours. And do appreciate you hanging out with us there, Captain Rehab, as far as during the broadcast here. I know you're as long as I don't get you in trouble at work. Okay. I don't want I could see it now. Captain Rehab gets called into the bosses. Yeah. We've been noticing you've been watching every morning you're at your desk and you've been watching these videos and stuff. And that's not being very productive because we pay you to work here, not to watch. Well, it's this guy that I'm watching. It's his Fireman Rich says I have to watch him. So you'll put the blame on me somehow, as far as that goes. So, Captain Rehab, but we do appreciate you being here, Captain Rehab. But we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast. Let's say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl, who was here. Thank you very much. Of course, Liberty, who's up there in the Buffalo, Niagara area. Thank you for being here. She tells us of a new Hallmark Christmas movie being filmed up there with some Buffalo Bill guys. I had to, just by saying Hallmark, that tells you it's one of those sappy things. Oh, my boss is afraid of me. He ain't saying. That's funny, kid. That's funny, Captain Rehab. You got your boss, yeah. He's probably he doesn't want to say because you're also probably a valuable asset to the job right now, so he doesn't want to lose you, or else you'd be out on your ass. You'd be out on the street on your can. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So we had Liberty, and I think Captain Rehab. I think you were the only other one. We only had 3 people here today that came into the chat. So let's see. That's why he's afraid of me, because I'm good at what I do. Well, that's good. You pave your own way. You do your job, and you take me as when you do your job, you're going to do the best you can do and stuff like that, or else you wouldn't be in that situation. That's just I don't know you personally, other than what our encounters here on the web and stuff. but just that what you've told me and stuff like that. I've seen your broadcast too, so I know you're one that you want to get the right thing done as far as when it comes to work. So, but that's why he's afraid of me, because I'm good at what I do and your value to the company. So he trades off. I've had bosses like that. Most of my fire chiefs, and even at the day job, we had a new manager one time, and I guess I could tell you this. I can't tell you the company's name, but my work ethic was being questioned. And I said, well, if you're going to go that way, here you go. Here's my ID badge, to get into the various areas of the plant and stuff like that. I said, here's my badge. I quit. I walked out. Of course, he sent somebody right after. He sent somebody because his boss said, you let who go? Go get him. So before I got in the car, they were able to get me. And I was hot because this guy questioned my work ethic. And that's something I will not tolerate. So I think you're the same way. You have a good work ethic and you take pride, or else you wouldn't have those customers. So I know, I could tell you that. I never told that before. So, and it's probably the only time I did that is when I was working for the laundry service before going to the Air Force. I walked out and the owner came out and said, no, I want you to come back and stuff. So, I hold people accountable. Yeah. Well, in my case, this is what the manager wanted to do. He's trying to hold me under his thumb and said, I don't need this job, dude. And this is after I've been working there for close to 10 years, over 10 years. And I'm looking, I said, do you know what you're talking about here? Because I was telling him, I was straightforward. He just thought I was, maybe I was a little loud. I was trying to be respectable. But when he started questions, well, this person said, I'm telling you what I did. And if you're believing that person over me, then I don't need to work here anymore. Because his boss, who used to be my boss, because he moved up as a project manager, word got around real quick as I was stepping out the door, because I went to my locker to start clearing. I cleared out my lockers. I had my bags. I had two small little bags packed of all of my shit and stuff like that. And I was done. I said, that's it. I'm going to get another job. I don't care if I'm freaking the Walmart greeter at that time and stuff like that. But don't question my work ethic as far as that goes. Yeah. And you hold people accountable. I like that. Not like an asshole, but if something isn't right, and I agree. You say something, but then when they're not listening to, sometimes you got to go into that mode and say, are you question authority, but you raise your hand. And in this case, I may have had my voice a little loud because I couldn't believe what I was hearing, because I thought this guy had my back, but it was evidently, but we sorted it out afterwards and stuff. Let's see. I screamed at my boss about something the other day, and the response was a whisper. It won't happen again. That's something. Yeah, we what's that? Rich Captain, the knuckleheads. Yeah, the knuckleheads. No, but it's just common sense. Common sense there, Captain Rehab. It's just common sense. And sometimes you got to stand your ground and what the thing. So like I said, my work ethic, I pride in myself. The Air Force gave me that foundation. You do your job and you do the best you can. And I told you a situation when I was in the service, this chief was trying to want me to kiss up. I said, no, you can have me cleaning toilets. I'm not going to compromise my work ethic and stuff like that. And you gotta hold truth. And then, like now I can talk about it, I laugh at it, and I'm glad I'm just as good a person as I am. Am I stubborn? Yes, but there's a reason why I'm stubborn. And I think you're cut of the same cloth there, Captain Rehab and stuff. So just hold true to your core value. It's holding true to your core values as far as that goes. So that's a good I laugh at it now, but oh man, was I pissed on that. Oh man, I just I couldn't believe what I'm just looking. I'm like, are you serious? Do you know what you're saying? And the thing is, he's the manager. My supervisor was sitting next to. It's almost a carbon copy of when I was in. He didn't say a freaking word. He's just sitting there. I'm looking at. It's like, are you going to say something here? I said, oh, it's all him. He says, well, we're going to have to, do this and do that. And I've said, no, you're not, because here's my badge. I quit. I walked out. He was like, you can't do that. I turned around. Oh, you can't do that in New York State. I said, I just did. See you later, Dick. See you later, dude. I went to the guy who was my supervisor, and he was a good guy. He wasn't a good supervisor though. He was just a lackey for, just like that assistant chief back in. It was almost a carbon copy, but this was a little bit more stakes. How's the tennis going, Cap? Oh, Big Juice. Hey, Big Juice is in the house. Big Juice is saying how the tennis is going. Let's see. Captain Reese said, if I'm good at my job, I don't need to subject myself to being treated like a slave. Exactly. And making up for the mistakes issues cause. I'm going to work until midnight when others who cause issues don't. Yeah, you take pride in your work, and that's a manager. Captain Rehab says, oh, there it is. Those are the winners there. Big Juice, thank you for being here, Big Juice. We're just ending the broadcast. Me and Captain Rehab are talking about some knucklehead incidents. So it's all good though. Because where I worked was a great place to work at. It just that one particular point. There was the 17 years where I worked at one time. That's when I just like, you know what? I don't need this. I was financially secure enough to where I could go out and get another job, and I could have worked at McDonald's or Burger King or Walmart and stuff, and that would have been good. Captain Reset, the big knuckleheads. Okay. All right, if you say so. But hey, Captain Rehab, thank you very much for being here. Always great talking with you, my friend. And thank you, Big Juice, coming in from Ohio, the Buckeye State. Thank you for coming at the tail end like you normally do. So, but we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here, folks, and get our day started and see what the day brings as far as that goes. And Captain Rehab. Yeah, you're welcome, Captain. You more than deserve that, man. It should have been a little bit sooner and stuff. I was looking at that. So wait, oh, okay. I appreciate the contributions you have in the chat there. Really appreciate it. And Captain Rehab. What's the name of the auto song? What's that? The auto song for when I go to break? I got that off of YouTube. It's called Bubblegum Ball Game. Just look in their YouTube library. It's called Bubblegum Ball Game. Oh, when I sign off. Oh, that's skateboard. YouTube has a library that it's copyright free. There's a whole bunch of them. So the intro one is from there. The break one, and it's called Skateboard. Just go in the YouTube music library and go skateboard. Copy free music. Gotcha. Do you know there are? No, I don't. I don't have. I'll have to look it up here and stuff like that. I don't really know. Let me see. Before you go, let's see. Let's take a look. Let's see. Okay. Let me do. Tubes music library song skateboard. I'm not sure if this is the one. Let's see. No, that's not it. Huh. Out on my skateboard? Maybe it's that one. Oh, there it is. Here, I'll give you the link. I found it. Here you go, Cap. Stand by. Oh, what is it? Let me put that on the Twitch here. Skateboard. There you go. There's the link. As far as that goes, that's the one there. Okay, very good, sir. Very good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and leave with our outgoing song, Skateboard, over there from YouTube Music Library, and get our day started. And thanks again, Captain Rehab. Thank you, Big Juice. You guys have a great morning, great day. And we'll be seeing you Friday. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. You can follow me over on X also, folks. Later, alligators.